Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video review. I am the techgooch and I have another camera review for you. So the folks over at HTC did me a kindness and sent me over one of their HTC Re cameras to review for you and showcase it on my channel. And at first I was like, I know it's not an action camera, but it's definitely kind of situated in that market. It's kind of different. And the first time I was ever introduced to one of these guys, I was intrigued by its shape, design, and overall use. But I didn't really do a whole lot of research into it and how the actual buttons operate and things like that, like advanced stuff. But I talked to HTC about getting one, trying it out, and showing you folks, and I happened to get one. So this is the HTC Re. It's a nice, small, little camcorder. I call it a periscope camcorder or camera. It's kind of like those old military-style flashlights that they used to, be able to clip on your chest and flash out before the headlight thing was a big craze, where you'd have the little clip on the backside, shaped just like that. So you have a camera that fits. It has, I guess, a style of an item in the past that's kind of bringing it in today. Smaller than those big flashlights were, but same orientation, same setup. The best thing about this is that even when they created those flashlights, they created them for a purpose, but at the same time, they fit people's hands very, very well. And that's going to be the first thing that I actually noticed immediately when I started using this camera, is that ease of use, or ease of being able to hold it and operate it, was awesome. They did a fantastic job at the simplistic nature of how the actual camera itself is set up. So I have GoPro. I actually have a GoPro Hero 4 currently. Hero 4 Black, the big one. But I've had multiple GoPros. I've had the Sony action cameras. I have camcorders. This is actually a brand new camcorder that's video reviews coming soon. But I have lots of cameras, and I've used a lot of action cameras. And this little guy is not an action camera. That's the best way to put it, because while it can do almost everything an action camera can do, or what it's designed for, I don't put it in that category. It's kind of an in-between camera. I'm going to actually call it a lifestyle camera. And the reason is that it doesn't go as far down in the water as an action camera. It's not as bomb-proof as an action camera was. It doesn't have this big plastic heavy shell around it that's going to protect it. Even with the Sony action cameras, although they're splash proof, they can't go underwater without their big heavy housing, and that housing makes it very hard to break the camera very easily, but also allows you to go really deep in water. Now this is waterproof right out of the box, so just as it sits without doing anything to the camera, you can take it underwater. However, the caveat to that is that you can't go very deep. So you're looking at about a meter or so without doing anything to the camera as it sits. Now that, to be honest, it's like 1 meter for 30 minutes. So you can go, I went in the pool with it just like this, probably 3-4 feet deep even, but not, most of the time is within the 6 inches of the top. It went under for 30 seconds and you're back up and out. I had no problems. I also happen to have what they call the protection kit that you can actually get for this little camera, that has, and I'm going to show it to you, I'm going to do a review on these accessories later, but it has a little cap that you screw on the bottom that does protect the micro USB port and where the memory card goes. Puts a rubber seal around it and allows you to go deeper. So, and it also comes a lens protector, which for keeping in my pocket, I actually keep this setup on the camera almost all of the time, to be honest. So that's one thing I'll tell you right away, is that I love the protection pack that you can get. So, but that's your future review. So keep tuned for future reviews for accessories for this guy, because I've got a box of them, to be honest. So back to the camera. I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what kind of footage I could get with it. How easy it is to use. So. And this is a big step different from a GoPro or any other action camera for that matter. There's no power button on this guy. Once you turn it on, it stays on. It knows when you're not touching it. So it knows when you sit there and you let it sit there for a while, it goes into a hibernation state. It knows when you pick it up and when you start getting ready to point it, and it wakes itself up so that it's ready to take pictures. And essentially there's one big button on the back, right here, where your thumb would go, and you push it once, and it'll actually take a photo. So if we listen, that's a photo. So very simple. Basically you just, plop. It's the camera that, like in the past when we used to have film cameras, you just pull it out of your pocket and just take a picture real quick. You didn't have to worry about turning the damn thing on. You didn't have to worry about doing anything. You pull the camera out, you take the picture, you put the camera back away. Now, this doesn't have a viewfinder. Unless you want to pull out your phone, turn on the phone, get on the app, connect via Wi-Fi, and then see what the point of view is, and then take the photo. They put a wide angle lens on it just like a GoPro. You point it in the direction and you take a shot. Now, if you're moving, depending on the lighting conditions, you may get a little bit of blurriness. But if you pretty stable with your arm, take a picture, after the clicking sound goes through, you go on, you're going to actually get a pretty decent photo. I actually am impressed by the photos by it. So it's a 16 megapixel camera that's built into it. I'm pretty sure it's 16 megapixel with here. I should make sure I round out on this. So 16 megapixel optical sensor on it. Takes 1080p video. It is a wide angle view, like I said, like it is like most action cameras. So you get a wide angle view. And here's where the simplistic part. So the photo I showed you, to make a video, you push and hold. So you hear it now. It's taking a video. I'm taking a video. And if I push it again, video stopped. Simple. Very simple. Now they also have one other button on the camera, and that's going to be up here right below the lens. So if I can get this, got to focus so you can see, it's kind of, to be honest, it's the same plastic material that the camera is actually made out of. But if I push and hold on that, you're going to get this light back here. It's a blue light. What that is it's telling you, hey, you just enabled slow motion mode. In slow motion mode, it's not going to take audio, but it's going to take a higher frame rate of video, a little bit lower quality. You're going to lose quality. It's not going to be full 1080. But then you take the video. It's taking now slow motion video. And now we're done. And when you're done taking a slow motion video, it automatically turns the slow motion back off. So the next video you take is a standard video. So very, very easy to use, very, very well set up. Now the app is another thing for that, but we're getting that in a moment. So I wanted to show you a little bit, because one thing another thing that sets this camera apart from other cameras, this comes with a memory card pre-installed for you. Now, if you want to be able to take tons of photos, tons of videos, and not worrying about downloading the memory card, you're probably going to want to get a bigger one. But it does come with an 8 gigabyte micro SD card in the camera. It's in the camera ready to go. When you pull it out of the box, it is ready to fly. Now, it's probably not going to be fully charged, but it'll have enough charge in there that you can actually get some shots before you have to actually charge it for the first time. So on the bottom of the camera, I'm going to see if I can't get in here a little bit better. So you can see where there's the micro USB port. That's for charging. And there's actually a desk charger you can get for it as well. But there's a little door here. I'm going to pop that door open with my pinky finger here. Sorry, I tried to do it when not looking at it. So a little door opens up, and right in there is the micro SD card. Now, one thing I will say is that the micro SD card is not the easiest to get out. So if I'm going to have a complaint, this is going to be one of them. Obviously, it has a little rubber sealer on that, so the water's not going to get where the micro SD card is. But if I push on it, you hear the clicking. Oh, there, now it's out. Oh, and it just alerted me, hey, I lost connection to that memory card. But it's hard to grab a hold of unless you have really long fingernails. But you grab it. It's just got a standard SanDisk 8 gigabyte class 4 card is what it actually is. So yeah. And for the quality video takes, obviously, it does just fine. I've never had a problem with the memory card. And then you can push it back in, and it's ready to go. Push the door back in, and boom, we're ready to fly. If I'm always a class 10 card guy, so if I was gonna, which I do have actually an upgraded card for this, but class 10 card is what I would do, and you're gonna be just fine. You don't have to worry about getting the Extreme Plus or the Extreme Pros or anything like that for it. It's not needed. It's not a 4K camera like this camcorder is. So That said, mounting. So it has a standard 1/4-20 tripod mount on the bottom. You can mount it to about anything, but they have a slew of mounts. And we'll go into those in other videos, like I said. But I did want to get on my phone, and I did want to pull open the app for you and change the experience a little and show you what the app looks like. It's a little bit different experience. So on a GoPro, you have to actually turn on Wi-Fi, wait for it to turn on, and then go into the app to find it after you connect to it. Kind of a funky, I mean, there's no benefit to this way over that way, it's just different. So in this case, I have my Re app. I'm going to open up the app, and what it's going to do is it's going to actually try to find the camera. It's going to actually alert me here in a moment. I'm going to actually put it right there. It says update available, and I'm not going to update it right now. So I hit cancel. It's looking for my Re camera right now. And basically what it's doing is, you know, as long as you're within a distance of this camera, it's going to find it. It's going to turn Wi-Fi on for you. There we go. Help connect. Open up your phone's settings. Connect to Re, whatever they name the camera. So I'm going to go into my Wi-Fi settings on my phone. And as soon as it pops up, which usually takes a second, there it is right there. Connect via Wi-Fi. Once the Wi-Fi connection establishes itself, which is about the same length as any other action camera, I'm going to go back into the Re app. And once I'm in the Re app, now immediately I can actually see the shots that I've taken. So, for instance, I was taking, you can watch, goes up a little bit, right? Now it's taking a video. So now I'm taking a video. And if I push there's video. You know, so you can actually watch a video. Same with that slow motion video I took. So I can watch the slow motion video that I took, even though it's simple stuff that I took. But you can hear there's no audio actually in that, but you're able to see what I did. Same thing with any photos that I've taken. There's one of my daughters sitting on the couch that I took just before we actually came down to do the review. But there's lots of stuff that you can do with this. I took several, actually quite a few slow motion videos, but while I was in the pool, and you know, I have these posted on one of my personal channels. But you know, simple things. That was in a darker room there, and then I have other pool shots and underwater shots. And actually, I think I'm gonna stop here in a second and actually show you some shots that I took of at the pool real quick. So let's take a real quick shot at what the pool shots look like. Video of me just going backwards like this. Next to slow down. So that's the pool shots, and you know, it's pretty cool. The nice thing is it has the capability of going underwater, has the capability of doing things. Even with me jumping into the pool, it did just fine. So also with the app here, I can actually go into the live camera view. So here's the live camera view, and just so you have an idea of how fast of a response time it has. So if I go up, down, in, let's see, in, out, in, you know, to be honest, it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but I can also tell it to record or take photos or take video. So, and then the nice thing is you can also live stream from this camera, and it's all right there in the nice little settings that they give you for the Re app. So live stream is it's capable of doing that. It's also capable of saving the files from the app to your phone, and you want to share it through Facebook without worrying about downloading it to your computer or anything from the memory card, or having a memory card reader for that matter. So one other thing I wanted to show you real quick is on the camera is I kind of touched on the ease of use, but I'm actually showing you video footage from a hiking trip that we did just to a local hiking place, where I gave this to my 5-year-old and 8-year-old daughter. Now my 5-year-old daughter was able to take this guy, put it in her hand, and this was within the first week of me having the cameras. So I actually took it out there for myself to use, and they kind of got interested watching me take photos and videos and stuff. I want to try that. Gave it to my 5-year-old daughter, and she just went crazy with it. It was awesome. I mean, not only was she taking videos of me because I don't get a whole lot of videos of myself. But she was taking photos, a little guy, of all sorts of stuff. I'm going to actually show you a video that I actually took off my iPhone because I didn't have any other cameras with me. This is the only camera I was carrying while hiking because it's awesome. You can just pull it out of your pocket and take a shot real quick, right? So I actually tended to use this more than I'd even used my iPhone because of the fact that I didn't have to turn it on, to go into the app, set it up, and go. Just click, click, throw it back in my pocket. She had a blast with it, but she took to it like I've never seen her take to any electronic item before. She just went right to it. I mean, like, I know she has an iPad and she does really good with that, but I was amazed, and it's perfect for kids. And if you want to have a camera that you can actually put in your kid's hand and have them take decent shots and also have fun with it, this is a camera to look at. And it comes in multiple colors, so you don't just have to have the nice dark blue one that I have here. So I'm going to show you the footage that I shot of her taking photos and stuff. So here she is. So we're almost 3 miles into our hike, and my youngest daughter, who I gave the HTC Re to, has been just taking photos like crazy since I gave it to her to take some pictures to see how she liked it.
Daddy,
Huh?
the other side. Other side.
Come on, let's go. How many photos did you take?
I don't know.
Enough. Or not enough. She loves it. That's the first camera she actually really loved. That's pretty funny. That might become my hiking camera. Come on! Jeez! It's not... She just... Ding. Cool. Take a picture of Carmen. Is it fun? You like that camera?
Yeah.
Is it easy to use?
Yeah.
We'll have to see how good your photos came out.
Stop taking pictures of the ground.
Here? It fits your hand perfect.
Ah! Can I take pictures? No, not yet.
Why is it that that's the only camera that you guys fight over now? That's funny. So that's the HTC Re camera. Like I said, I'm going to have multiple videos of this guy, so keep tuned. Stay tuned to my channel. I will have more posted, and I'm going to have a lot of... I'm going to probably break it into maybe 1 or 2 specifically on mounts. Probably 1 big video on mounts. So keep an eye on that one as well. And I may actually do a video, like a review comparison of quality that you're going to get on the... like I have the Hero 4 Black versus the HTC Re, maybe versus the iPhone. I haven't really set that up yet. So, but I wanted to at least show you guys this. I've had this for about almost a month now, and I was a believer in it, kind of as a... it's kind of a neat little camera setup, but now I'm actually a believer. This is a camera that I'm probably going to take most places I go because it's really easy to use. I can hand it to my kids to use. It's an awesome little vacation camera for your kids, if nothing else. Or for you, because it actually works really good. They have lanyards that you can hang it from your neck. They have a lot of mounts. And so keep tuned for a future video on this. I hope that the video quality worked, because this is actually the first review I've done with my new camcorder. But that's a review that's coming. So, one last thing I wanted to show you real quick, the stuff that does come with the camera, because I didn't really touch on that. Obviously, the HTC Re camcorder does. And this is one thing that I wish GoPro would learn, is how to actually make a good packaging for your cameras, because this far beats the GoPro stuff. They give you a standard, and I haven't even opened this because I did have a different lanyard for it, but a standard cloth lanyard for the camera. They also give you this screw bottom for it, which is how it's actually attached to the case. Can actually be used for that's how you attach the lanyard and stuff like that to it. But you can also use this to tie it into some of the other mounts. So we'll get into that later. And they also give you the micro USB charge cord. one of the big accessories if you're going to use this camera frequently is a desktop charging kit. Desktop charging kit, I think, is perfect for it. So that's going to be my accessory review. So I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any comments, please post them below. Subscribe above. I really appreciate all of my backers. I really appreciate everybody that subscribes and checks out my channel. Of course, you help all these videos happen because the more viewers I get, the more stuff I can review. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you on the next video. See you later.